everyone, welcome to Porto, Portugal. We started our Porto travel with the Church of Ildefonso, an important historical and artistic monument of the city that deserves to be visited. Both inside and outside, true works of art can be found that reflect the cultural and architectural richness of the city. What you see right here is the iconic double-decker Dom Louis Bridge. It spans the river Douro, linking the port wine houses of Villanova de Gaia with the bustling downtown Ribeira district of Porto. The construction of the bridge started back in 1881 until 1886. Welcome to Ribeira. The bustling UNESCO neighborhood puts you just in the right mood to breathe in the enchanting vibes of this beautiful city. The word Ribeira literally translates into riverside. I would highly recommend you to spend your first sunset in Porto at Ribeira, as it is one of the most lively, breathtaking places in the entire city. The place is surrounded by pastel colored houses, cafes, and restaurants, bustling with tourists, local artists performing on songs that would make you put your dancing shoes on.
Sleep now under my skin. I show him try to conjure the wind, and he's mine.
One of the most splendid ways to start your day in Porto is by visiting the Chapel of Soul. It is lavishly ornated with beautiful blue and white azzurro tiles, a Portuguese classic. The figurines in the tiles depict the scenes from the death of Saint Francis of Assisi and the martyrdom of Santa Caterina. Our next stop is Porto Cathedral. Standing mighty in its historic city centre, the cathedral is an iconic symbol of Porto and is definitely worth a visit. The cathedral is so huge that it can be seen from all over the city. The church was built back in 1110, and its striking stone facade, covered in tiles, surely tempts tourists to explore the cathedral in its entirety. The entry for the cathedral is free. However, to view the magnificent Gothic cloisters, there's a fee of just €3, and it makes all the sense to give it a visit. After enjoying the magnificent views of the Porto Cathedral, it's now time to head to the Dom Louis Bridge again. Did you know that the bridge is a double decker, where the upper deck of the bridge is solely for metros and pedestrians and offers some of the best panoramic views of the city? There's also a funicular that runs along the steep hill connecting the Ribeira neighborhood. One of the highlights of taking this means of transport are the views of the Dom Louis Bridge, Porto's medieval city walls, and the various wine cellars of the waterfront. Keep walking on the upper deck of the bridge, and it takes you to the other side of the Douro River, the city of Vila Nova de Gaia. This side is equally lovely and charming. Right now, I'm touring around in the campus of the monastery of Serra do Pilar, which is an architectural landmark of Gaia. The interesting church and cloisters are laid out according to a circular design unique in Portugal. Imagine a train station covered with 20,000 hand painted tiles. And these tiles represent the glorious history of Portugal, reigning kings and queens, rural festivals, and the battles fought. Welcome to the Sao Bento railway station. The station is located in the historic center of Porto, which has been declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site and as a national monument of Portugal. Sao Bento is a busy station and also attracts a lot of tourists at the same time. Make sure to go to the platforms as well from the main hall to experience the platform 9 and 3 quarters fields. Struggling with hunger pangs or not, McDonald's in Porto's historic city centre is absolutely worth a visit. It is considered to be one of the most beautiful McDonald's in the world, with its huge crystal chandeliers and stunning stained glass windows. It's usually bustling with tourists and definitely makes it worth a pit stop to see the amalgamation of rich vintage feels with one of the biggest fast food chains. If there's one spot that you would definitely want to add to your Porto itinerary, it would be Livraria Lello, one of the most visited and Instagrammable places in entire Porto. The library swells up with tourists, so make sure to book the earliest appointment and then join the club and hop into the crowd. The twisted red staircase and the stained glass skylight are absolutely a sight to behold and makes a perfect spot for your Insta-worthy pictures. As the famous legend goes, J.K. Rowling used to teach English in Porto in the early 90s, and Libraria Lello and its glorious interiors were a source of inspiration for her, and hence this place draws a lot of Potterheads. Just a couple of minutes walk from Livraria Lello and you'll find yourself amazing at the Igreja do Carmo church. The exterior of the church has a soothing feel to it and gives you another opportunity to admire the blue and white azuleo tiles of Porto. It's very hard to notice, but they are actually two churches separated by a 6-foot house that kept the nuns and the monks apart. You cannot visit Porto without going to the Bolhau market. This lovely marketplace is where farmers come to sell their fruits and vegetables. You'll also find butchers and a lot of wine shops to enjoy the freshness of this place. The market has several floors packed with farmers and other citizens selling fresh produce and typical products from the region around a large central courtyard. This immense structure holds the essence of the city and is a great place to discover the real Porto. Pastel de nata is the most popular and possibly tastiest dessert in Portugal. It's a traditional pastry made with cream, egg yolks, flour, sugar, and puff pastry. And it's best to eat it when it's fresh out of the oven. Have one or a few for breakfast in Porto or as an afternoon snack. And make sure to try these Portuguese custard tarts with cinnamon.